John, at least 3 or 4 times you said the word intention. Let's chat about it.
Yeah, I think intention is the um, most important piece when you're practicing. Um, One of my teachers, Jian Xie, used to use the term "what you want, you get," and I think this really sort of demonstrates it. What do you want from your practice? Know what you want from your practice. Have direction. Now, it isn't about going. It isn't about setting targets. It isn't about saying, "In 5 days' time, I will have achieved this." It's about creating a direction. It's about creating a way that you're moving forward. And intention's a tricky thing as well. Um, there's a story that I've heard told by a number of the Chinese teachers about people who've had a terminal diagnosis. And in having the terminal diagnosis, they tell their family, and the family gather around, and they suddenly have all this love and support around them. And then they use a practice such as Qigong in order to overcome the so-called terminal diagnosis, and they recover.
Mm.
What happens then is the family go, "Oh, that's right, they're better," and they disappear off.
Oh,
And quite often at that point, you'll find that something comes back. And it could be that the terminal diagnosis returns. And you've always got to ask the question about, well, why? What's the benefit? And occasionally what you find is that thing that you're doing is fulfilling your need, fulfilling your intention of having that love and support and that family connection around you. So intention's really tricky. We've got to be really, really clear when we're working with it as to what the intention is.
I understand. Then is when I'm practicing Qigong and I'm moving energy, my intention will guide the Qi
Mm-hmm.
via this complex mechanism that we need to study to understand.
Mm-hmm.
But in a simple practice, it's what you always say, Yi Dao, Qi Dao.
Yi Dao Qi Dao, yeah, where the mind goes, the Qi follows. Or British version is if you put your mind to it.
Yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, I see people thinking in a negative way, oh, this will never work. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
the pessimists out there.
Yeah,
And they don't realize that they are putting, that is also intention, is
yeah.
thinking, is.
And interestingly, some of the generally sort of thought of positive intentions are also really damaging. You know, we have this thing about fighting disease. We have this thing about overcoming symptoms. Well, if you practice your Qigong, focusing on a symptom, focusing on a pain, focusing on getting rid of a disease, take the disease as an example. The only way you can have a fight with the disease is if it's there. So,
Mm,
you know, if your intention is to overcome this condition, the thing you need to have is this condition so you can keep on overcoming it. Now, that's quite a subtle thing.
it is.
Now, it isn't a big change to move from that to I want to become healthy. Healthy it's a far more open-ended journey. It's not a journey that's anchoring you back into something that happened or a symptom or a diagnosis. It's about I want to move forward. So even just using a term as simple as healthy um, can be a fantastic intention. Intentions don't have to be complex;
Mm.
they can be very, very simple. And generally, the simpler they are, the better they'll be. Happy is another one. I want to be happy. Okay, I want to be happy. What makes me happy? And people will go, "Oh, money. Money makes me happy." And then they go, "No, I don't want to be happy. I want to be rich." But what they actually mean is, "I want to be happy."
Mm-hmm.
But they're muddling up happy and rich, and they may not be the same thing. So be honest and be clean and be clear with the direction that you're pointing in.
Then intention when practicing, but the intention should be something simple but not targeting,
Yeah, not it,
not
it, it shouldn't be
specific.
time bound.
Yeah.
It should be a direction you can keep travelling in. I can carry on being healthy. I can get healthier. I can get happier. I can get freer. These types of ideas were really powerful. Short term, if you break your toe, focus on, I want my toe to heal. Long term, go for it, because those are the things that will transform you.
I understood the intention there.
Thank you.